Hello friends, music lovers, welcome to a brand new edition of the Vinyl Survivor. This is where I talk about records that were new to my ears, new to my collection, let you know what I thought of each one, let you know whether they're going to be something that's going to be staying in the collection back there or going away. So let's go ahead and get into this episode. First thing we have here is a collection of recordings from Sarah Vaughan. This is called Spotlight on Sarah Vaughan. This is on the Mercury label. It is a UK import from the late 70s, I believe, somewhere around 78. Quite a few tracks on here, just a lot of different Sarah Vaughan doing her typical stuff. She does sort of a show tune kind of thing. I'll show you the inside here, gives you a bit of history on Sarah Vaughan. And of course, track listing and everything. Overall, I didn't really care for this too much. I'm not really big on show tune kind of stuff, and this just didn't really give me much enjoyment, really. But there is the Mercury label UK pressing, as I said, so it's kind of a different look than we're used to here in the States. So yeah, this one's not going to be staying in the collection, but it was an enjoyable listen just to get a feel for Sarah Vaughan's music, and nice to listen to once anyway. So this one's not staying in the collection, but enjoy listening to it once. Alright, next thing I have here is something I featured not too long ago in my one single sealed to revealed video. This is the release from the Flaming Lips from 2011 Record Store Day, as I believe is when this was released. This is the Flaming Lips and Hedy Fuen's, or 2012, okay, 2012 Record Store Day. Did not get this on Record Store Day, waited until just a few months ago to get this actually. Got a good deal on it finally. The price sort of bottomed out on the used, or the Discogs market. It wasn't used, it was sealed when I got it. Just a 2 LP collection of the Flaming Lips doing a lot of collaborations with a lot of different artists. And it continues sort of that streaky, day glow, colory sort of artwork on the inside here. And then the records themselves are very colorful. The colors are very random. Some of them are brighter than others. This one's kind of a darker sort of color. No labels on any of these, just pure vinyl. Keep the hype sticker here to actually see what the track listings are. The second record. And insert again. Just lots of pretty colors to look at. And then this one again was kind of a darker color. I was a little bit disappointed in the colors I ended up getting, but you know, as I said, it's random. It's totally luck of the draw, I guess. So a little bit disappointing there, but the music is good. It's, you know, it's the Flaming Lips doing their just freak out modern psychedelic kind of music, teaming up with a lot of different artists. Some artists that are sort of in their wheelhouse, some artists that aren't in their wheelhouse. There's a song with Biz Markie. They do something with Kesha, I believe. Bon Iver, Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. Tame Impala, of course, is sort of in their wheelhouse, so that's an easy pairing. Jim James of My Morning Jacket. Nick Cave, Yoko Ono, which is a good pairing. Neon Indian, of course, another modern psychedelic kind of thing. Erykah Badu, that's kind of an interesting pairing. So yeah, really fun album. I thoroughly enjoy just about anything the Flaming Lips do. You know, it's just their music is really fun to me, and I really like the sort of colorful sounds. You know, it sounds like this stuff, this artwork here. It sounds like that. Just all kinds of colors and textures and dark and light and loud and soft and just everything. And it's just really fun. So I really enjoy Flaming Lips music, and so I try to collect them as much as I can. All right, next up we have another compilation. This is a compilation of Bessie Smith, Nobody's Blues But Mine, female blues singer. Get a bit of her history and whatnot in here. Of course, the track listings and everything. Really enjoyed hearing this. Enjoyed having this compilation. You know, Bessie Smith's not somebody I would particularly buy an album from, but to have this compilation of her music is nice. And these are just on the Columbia Red and Orange label. Nothing fancy going on here, but as I said, a nice compilation of of Bessie Smith's music, and something that's going to be staying in my collection. You know, I probably still won't buy a Bessie Smith album if I ever saw one, but to have a nice 2 LP compilation of her music is nice to have. So that's going to be staying in the collection, and I really enjoyed the female vocalist blues kind of thing going on here. It was really nice and enjoyable. Alright, next up we got a little bit of folk music. This is Buffy St. Marie with Fire, Fleet, and Candlelight on the Vanguard label. Buffy St. Marie kind of sings with a falsetto kind of thing that is just really off-putting to me, so while I enjoy hearing these, they're not something I think I'm going to want to revisit. Back cover on this one. So yeah, the falsetto is really off-putting for me. This is on the Vanguard golden cut-in label there. As always, Vanguard records are sound amazing. Well, really well done, really high quality stuff. She does quite a few different types of styles of folk music here. She does a cover of The Circle Game, does some of her own music, Seeds of Brotherhood, Summer Boy, with a wedding song. So yeah, interesting to listen to. I'm glad I checked it out, but not going to be staying in the collection. All right, next up we have another compilation. I think this is the title of this episode is going to be Compilations or something like that. Golden Grass, the Grassroots, their greatest hits. Don't see a date on this one, but I do know this is sort of an earlier Grassroots compilation. I think they ended up having more of a continued career after this. But this has a lot of stuff on here. Let's Live for Today, of course, is on here. Feelings, Midnight Confessions, lots and lots of good stuff on here. Really enjoyed listening to this. And it's on the ABC Dunhill Records label. So yeah, it's a Grassroots, Golden Grass. Definitely a recommended one, easy one to find, and it's a good way to sort of explore the Grassroots, and really enjoyed listening to that. So that's going to be staying in the collection. All right, next up we have a Pink Floyd album from 1987. This is A Momentary Lapse of Reason. Sort of probably their most well-known 80s work here. Certainly a pretty iconic album cover. That's a Storm Thorgerson cover. I thought it was a well-known artist who did that. There's the inner gatefold. Beautiful album from Pink Floyd. I hadn't heard this in quite a while. I'd never heard it on vinyl. Sounds amazing on vinyl. Sounds really big and open, and just I've never heard it on a good system, I guess, either. So it was really cool to hear this. It was kind of like hearing it for the first time to hear it on my system now, on vinyl. Just really great songs, Learning to Fly, On the Turning Away. Just a killer album from Pink Floyd, and another one I remember from my youth. I would have been 10 when this came out, so certainly remember hearing these songs. And this one has custom labels on it. And this also says Precision DMM on it, so it's a direct metal master. Which helps with the noise floor, but doesn't always help with the sound quality overall. It kind of tends to make things sound harsh. But this one wasn't too bad. It sounded pretty good for a metal mastered inner sleeve with lyrics on it. Just an enjoyable album from Pink Floyd. So I'm glad to have picked this up, add it to my collection, and definitely staying in the collection. Okay, next up we have a live album. This is a copy of Wings Over America, their 3 LP live set. Very well-known compilation here. The inner sleeve on this one. We have a poster here, pretty cool, nice big poster. Side, and this side has a bunch of photographs on it. That's pretty cool. So that looks like it for the insert for Wings Over America that I have. I don't know if there was anything else that was supposed to be here. Unfortunately, I was not able to listen to this. I put it on, side A, record 1, sounded like frying bacon. This thing is just trashed, unfortunately. Was unlistenable for me, so I was not able to listen to this. That was quite a disappointment for me, because I was really looking forward to hearing this one. You know, it doesn't look bad. It's not all scratched up or anything, but I don't know. Somebody just destroyed this with some kind of really crappy turntable. As I said, I was really looking forward to it. This is a Wally Troggett mastering. He knows what he's doing. He makes Beatles stuff sound good. So I was expecting good things from this, but yeah, unfortunately, could not listen to this at all. So I can't really say much about the concert itself. I have never heard it before. Hopefully I will hear it again, or be able to hear it at some point and find another copy of this. You know, it's not too hard to find. I just need to find a better copy. So can't say much about Wings Over America. It's cool. Look for another one soon, hopefully. All right, moving on into some hip-hop here. We got Gigolo Tony. I believe this is just a self-titled album from him. This is from '87. Yeah, definitely has that mid-'80s Miami sound. You know, lots of bass. Very fun, playful, comedic kind of songs. Really enjoyed hearing this one. It's on the Foresight record label that comes out of Fort Lauderdale. So yeah, Gigolo Tony, some mid-'80s hip-hop out of Miami, Florida-based kind of stuff, a little bit early Florida bass. Really cool stuff here, and going to be staying in the collection. And last but not least for this episode, we have a Jeff Beck album. This is the classic Beck Ola, 1972, I think, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that. This features Rod Stewart on vocals, which I don't really care for. Not really much of a fan of Rod Stewart. You got Ron Wood on bass, Nicky Hopkins on piano, Tony Newman on drums, and Jeff Beck on guitar, of course. And Jeff Beck is just one of those amazing guitarists that I love to listen to. I love to listen to his playing, and this is definitely a good one from him. Pretty heavy album and good, enjoyable stuff. So glad to add that to the collection. It's on the Epic label. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of The Vinyl Survivor. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you're not already, so you'll be able to check out all the future Vinyl Survivor videos and anything else I do. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.